Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, Mr. Bevers. This is box number 4 of our case from Aether Revolt, or whatever you want to say. So far, we've had some interesting pulls. So if you haven't checked out my other videos on YouTube, you should check them out. We still have no walkers. Not a single walker has shown his face. Our mythic count has been kind of low the last couple boxes, which is kind of disappointing. But at the same time, you know, you get what you get. And we haven't hit an invention yet, so maybe this is the one. Maybe number 4 is the one, right? Maybe it's the one. Let's see if we can turn it this way. Is that better? Maybe that's better. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get right into things. Pack number 1. Box number 4. Pia's Revolution as our first rare. Scrap Trawler. Three packs in. Okay, we've got our first foil in this pack. A Quicksmith Rebel. And a foil Augmenting Automaton. So there he is. There he is, our first foil. Let's see if we can... We'll bring him down a bit so he's not so glary. No foil in that pack. Our first mythic. Okay, so there's a mythic. Oh, jeez. That's an early mythic for us. Last time it was a ways away before we got our first mythic. And we got an Indomitable Creativity. It's an interesting little... I blow up all your stuff card. A Green Wheel Liberator. A Call for Unity. There's that Walking Ballista we were talking about earlier. For those of you on YouTube who might be confused by that comment, I'm talking to my Twitch chat. Someone was asking about them. Yahini's Expertise. Good expertise. Good expertise. One of the pricier cards. One of the pricier rare cards in the set right now. SRAM, Senior Edificer. The price ranges in this set right now are kind of weird. It's like really like you got some that are super high, and then the rest are all just kind of like mid to low range, which is interesting. Now I know obviously it's still early, right? We haven't had the Pro Tour yet, so you have no idea what those guys are going to do, and then the net decking and all that stuff kind of plays into that price jump and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure we'll see a shift in the next few weeks on the prices of a lot of these cards, as people play with them and figure out which ones are really good and which ones are really bad. Okay, Merchant Stockhand as our rare, and then we've got a foil here, which is a Lanthu Sailback. Okay, so the first 10 are normally the commons, which you get 10 of in every pack. So I basically just count them off, and the reason I count them off is because if there's 9, that means you have a foil in the pack. Okay? And then your rare is always the one at the back. So we got a free gem, a Regent. And there's a bunch of uncommons in the set that can be worth a bunch of money. So there you go, we hit another mythic. An Aetherwind Basker. Nothing too exciting. He is a 7/7 for 7 with trample. So he's a big beefy green creature. He can be... It'll be interesting to see if anybody does anything cool with him. Big green things are always a good thing. What's my favorite card cracked so far? What's my favorite card cracked so far? Or the priciest card cracked so far? Because those are two different things. My favorite card cracked so far was the Foil Island. I got a foil one of these 2 boxes ago. And I love the art on this card, so I was super stoked to get a foil one. Just beautiful, beautiful. Priciest card we've cracked so far is probably the Foil Fatal Push, which was just cracked in the last box. We got a Rishkar Pima Renegade. It's always a problem. We got a Disallow. Very good counterspell. So that's a nice little pull. And we have a foil here, a foil Spire Patrol. Man, that looks pretty. Man, look how pretty that looks. I don't know if you guys can see the foiling. I gotta get the lighting is not quite the best for the... Oh, there it is. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. My goodness. Wow. So pretty. Such a pretty card. This box has been a little bit different than the previous box, which is good. Quicksmith Spy. Consulate Crackdown. Again, this is the kind of like the card I'm talking about, where it's probably going to see a bunch of sideboard play. It may even see main board play in Standard, but it may even see play in Modern, depending on how big Affinity and things like that get. Feldar Guardian. And we got a Metallic Mimic. Okay, this is a rare we have not seen in the last 3 boxes, so that's a good one. Nice little a different rare to see. Also, pretty good card. I like this card. Seems pretty good to me. And we got a foil Aether Swooper. We're about halfway through the box now. Halfway through the box. You built a deck with Spire Patrol, tapping based. How's it working out for you, Thunderflux? Another foil in this pack. Lifecrafter's Bestiary. This is a solid artifact. I really enjoyed playing with it in my sealed pool. Very good. And there's our foil rare, which is a Quicksmith Rebel. So we now have both Quicksmiths in foil form. We have the Spy and the Rebel. Both in foil form. We're still only at 2 mythics. No fatal pushes. So it's an interesting halfway through the box. Cogwork Assembly. Ironclad Revolutionary, Renegade Wheelsmith, and an Ether Sphere Harvester. And we got another foil, Untethered Express. This guy seems really good for limited play. Seems pretty good. Another 9 cards, so another foil? Dark Intimations. Something that's going to show us a little bit of things coming in the future, probably. And we got a foil Chandra's Revolution. So there you go, a little sorcery burn spell. Burn spells in foil are always something that people are after. So who knows, that might be worth something, who knows. It is sorcery speed, though, which is not always the best. No foil. There, we broke the foil chain. No foil in this pack. We got a Hope of Girapur. So we're about 2/3 of the way through the box now. We're at 2 mythics, no fatal pushes. Heroic Intervention. As our rare there. Had that card in my sealed pool as well. It didn't really do much for me. We got a Yeheni Undying Partisan. So again, this is the legendary vampire. His expertise is the best expertise, in my opinion. Board wipe and then play a 3-cost card. Seems pretty good for 4 mana. A Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Okay. So a little 2/1 Menace for 2. Let's keep motoring along here. Felidar Guardian. Hey, we found our first walker. Got there finally. We've got a Tezzeret. There he is. Our first walker. 5 boxes in, technically. 4 boxes into our case. My goodness. My goodness. Finally got there. Finally got a walker. Only took us 4 boxes from a case. A bundle, I should say. Okay, so 3 pre-release kits, a bundle, and 5 boxes of Aether Revolt before we got a walker. My goodness. I thought we were gonna get the no walker case, and I was gonna be super upset. But we might get the no invention case, and then that'll be just as disappointing, right? We got another mythic, though. 2 mythics in a row. Paradox Engine. There it is. Paradox Engine seems like a pretty good card. Seems like a pretty good card. Always. I always buy a case of every new set that comes out. I was doing it before I started filming it. I figure, why stop, right? Like, why not film it and share it with everybody, since I buy the cards anyway. I've been collecting Magic cards for a very, very long time. I don't play as much as most people probably play that are watching, but I do buy a lot. There are 6 booster boxes in a case. A green belt Rampager as our rare there. An interesting little 3/4 elephant for 1. That's correct, the Dirt Wolf. I always get it from my LSG. It's LGS, local game store. I was like, LSG? No, LGS. Yeah, the local game shop. I always order it from them. I like to support them, so I always pick it up from them. And our rare here is an Aid from the Cowl. I sort of skipped over it there, but that's our first Fatal Push from the box, so that's a nice little pickup. Fatal Pushes are still fairly pricey right now. Yeah, don't worry, I knew that it was just a typo, it's fine. It's just that because I read it, and then I read it out loud, and I went, oh wait, nope, now I sound like a fool. So everyone on YouTube will be like, no, it's not that, it's this, and I'll be like, okay, I better correct it. Foundry Hornet, Hidden Herbalist, Windkin Raiders, and we got another Yahini Undying Partisan, so we got 2 of this guy. So there's our duplicate rare for this box. There it is. So 2 of those guys. We can move some of these over, I guess. We're probably at our mythic count, which is 4, so we're probably not going to see any more mythics. Fatal Push is a really crazy uncommon removal spell. Yeah. That was introduced in this set, and it's going to see a whole bunch of play in other sets. So our rare here is Release the Gremlins, and by other sets I mean it'll see play in other formats other than Standard, just because it's only a 1 mana cost instant. Spire of Industry, little pretty decently priced land from the set. I think it's around the $5 mark so far. Not too bad. Another Fatal Push, very good. Good to see 2 in a box. The worst is when you get a box and you don't get any of these, because it's an uncommon. That was like the second box I opened from this case. I think it only had 1 Fatal Push in it, and it had duplicates of 9 of the rares. So like somehow I got 1 uncommon, but I got 2 of 9 different rares, which is not the best. Hey, we did get another mythic. Look at that, 5 mythic box. We got a 5 mythic box, and we still have 3 packs to go. So there's still a chance to get more, which would be crazy. I don't think it'll happen, but I mean, then again, I said 4 was probably enough, and there was going to be no more. We're down a couple foils, I think. What are we sitting at? 7? We're sitting at 7 foils. I guess we're about on par. Holy moly! And I should just say that we're never going to get mythics, because then we get all the mythics. Look at this. 6 mythic box, and it's a Heart of Kiran. That's the big hit mythic from this set. So that is like a $20, $23 card right now, something like that. Crazy nonsense. Crazy nonsense. This box, by far, doing better on the variety of pulls, and I'm happier with the number of mythics. obviously, since the last two boxes were kind of disappointing with the number of mythics and the duplicates. However, the last box did have a Fatal Push foil, which was pretty nice, and also 2 foil rares, so I can't really complain about that. But the box before that one, dear me, was that bad. Kari Zev, Skyship Raiders. This is a legendary red creature. Very good for turning on your Revolt. We got a second foil rare out of this box, too. Look at this. So we got 2 foil rares. We got a foil Quicksmith Rebel and a foil SRAM, Senior Edificer. So 2 foil rares and 6 mythics. Pretty good. Along with 2 fatal pushes as well. This is probably the highest value box I've opened so far. And still no masterpiece. Which is unfortunate. Still no masterpiece, but you know, there's only so much you can do about that. We're on the hunt, right? On the hunt for those masterpieces. You don't always get lucky. So we got our last rare is a Rishkar's Expertise. And that's it for that box. My goodness. Look at that. That was a pretty interesting and highly valuable box. I can't complain about that. Seems pretty good. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And, you know, I'll see you guys all in the next video, and may your pulls ever be better. Thanks for watching, guys.